Hi guys, it's Michaela. I just wanted to make a video about my 29-week pregnancy update. I'm 29 weeks today, I think. I think it's today, or it might have been yesterday, but I'm due on July 28th, 2021. Makes me like 7 months pregnant now, I believe, and I'm having a baby boy. I have had a lot of symptoms that are new recently. So I am in my third trimester, and I really wasn't having a lot of symptoms until now, except for like the normal pregnancy symptoms, like having to pee a lot, and every once in a while I would crave some certain foods, but it wasn't like any particular craving. Like I haven't craved the same thing my whole pregnancy. It's just been random days I'll crave different things. But now that I have gotten further into my pregnancy, I have started to have new symptoms appear that I haven't had up until this point. This is my 6th pregnancy. I have 3 living children, ages 6, 3, and 20 months old. So I have had fairly recent pregnancies. My closest pregnancy that I've had was with Thor. That was the last pregnancy that I've experienced, a third trimester. And I have to say that this time has been a lot different compared to last time. This time I still have been needing to pee a lot, especially at nighttime. That's probably my first symptom, is excessive urination. And at nighttime, I wake up a lot. It has been increasing the last 2 weeks, I would say, where I wake up at nighttime, and it's been probably about 3 times a night where I feel like I need to use the restroom. Like, so it's usually at like 1 o'clock in the morning and like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then again at like 4, and of course like before I'm in a deep sleep at like 11 o'clock, and it's just like round the clock that I've just been needing to pee like a ton. So that's one major symptom. My second symptom, I have not experienced this while I have been pregnant. I have experienced this postpartum. But the second thing is hemorrhoids. I have never been the type of person to ever have, I'm sorry if this is TMI, but any like constipation when I'm pregnant. I just don't. I have fairly like loose, regular stool, I guess, the whole time that I'm pregnant. And this time I have the same bowel habits and everything, except for now I have hemorrhoids. So I guess you don't have to have any constipation to have hemorrhoids. They just kind of popped up, and it's been about, I would say, a week now. I do have witch hazel that I have been using to help with that, but otherwise I think that it's just pressure of the baby, and they're probably not going to go away until I am like a few weeks postpartum. So that's an additional symptom that I have not had to deal with in all of my pregnancies. The third thing that I have dealt with that is new for this pregnancy is restless leg. It has been popping up every once in a while during the daytime, but it's only if I try to sit down for a moment, which I don't do very often. Maybe that's why I don't notice it during the day. But it hits me really hard at nighttime. I do take magnesium before bed with my prenatal and a calcium supplement. Those were all like approved by my midwife, and she said that the magnesium would definitely help with my restless leg too. I had restless leg with Esme, but this is the first time that I've had it in this pregnancy, and it's popped up within like the last 2 weeks, and it is absolutely horrible. Like, it keeps me awake at nighttime. where I just feel like I have to like kick all of a sudden, or like I twitch, or like it's like uncontrollable like spasms that are happening with my legs. Like I can't control them, like kicking and flailing. Like I just like start freaking out all of a sudden, like in my bed, until like I'll like try to stretch my legs out, and it doesn't really help very much. But I do sleep with a really big pregnancy pillow and additional pillow in between my legs, and it kind of helps as long as I hit like a sweet spot in a certain position. So I don't know if it's just like the baby hitting on certain nerves, or if it's just like low magnesium, or just a regular symptom, but that's something that has been really bothering me. It has been making my sleep like non-existent at nighttime. By the time I end up going to the bathroom, getting back into bed, and then going through like the restless leg until I finally fall asleep, then it's like I'm waking up again to go pee again. So it has been pretty difficult. It's been making me pretty tired during the daytime. I haven't had to wake up in the middle of the night except for like peeing for like a while now, just because Thor has been sleeping through the night for, I don't know, like the last 6 months or so. So I got pretty used to not having to wake up frequently throughout the night. And now I've been having to do it again. So it's like new exhaustion for me during the daytime. Now, the next symptom that I have been experiencing is my boobs. I haven't breastfed in about 3 months now. So for like a little bit, my boobs kind of deflated a little bit, but now they're getting bigger than they were when I was breastfeeding. And they were just, I don't know, they're starting to get like itchy, and they're just growing a lot right now. And my nipples, I have like really venous like areolas right now. Sorry if that's like TMI for some people, but it's a pregnancy symptom, and it's just been bothering me because it's been making my nipples like itch really bad. I don't try to touch them or anything. I just leave them alone because they're pretty like sensitive right now that they're so big. I've gone up in like, I don't know, like 3 sizes in the last like month just in my cup size. I don't wear bras. I do have a bra that I wear occasionally, and that's how I know like the difference in sizes. Yeah, they've gotten way bigger than they were before. But with that comes my next symptom, and that is back pain. So I've been having a lot of upper back pain, which is not something that I experience a lot at all. And it is right where my bra strap would be, and it's just because my chest is so heavy that it's like pulling down on my back, I feel like, and I've been slouching a lot, and it's pretty uncomfortable. In addition to the upper back pain caused by my boobs, I do have a lot of lower back pain, but it's mostly when I'm getting up from a sitting position, or when I am laying down. When I sit up to like go to the bathroom, it feels like I'm just disconnected down there. I've had SPD in past pregnancies. Thankfully, so far in this pregnancy, I don't have any pelvis pain in my front, but I do feel it a lot in my lower back, where it kind of feels like I don't have any ligaments. Like my hips and my legs feel like they're just like kind of floating, like there's nothing connecting anything down there. And it makes me walk kind of funny, and my back hurts because of it. I think a big problem that I have too is that sometimes I end up like rolling onto my back when I'm sleeping, and it causes the baby to push a lot on my back. Also, your uterus has like a tendon that kind of connects to your back, I think kind of like where your butt crack would be. And so that stretching, in addition to like a baby pushing on things, just makes things really uncomfortable. So so it's been starting to hurt me a lot more. My lower back wasn't hurting until now in my pregnancy, and it's definitely starting to affect me though. It makes me like kind of take a second before I could walk normal. Squatting down and doing things is fine, but when I get back up, I feel like I have an old lady back and I can't stand up all the way all of a sudden. So that's been difficult. The next major symptom that I have is vision change. Now, I never used to wear glasses until I was pregnant with Esme. My eyes started getting really bad, so I had to get glasses with her. And then every pregnancy since then, they've increasingly gotten like worse in my vision, but I feel like these glasses don't work anymore. Like, I need new glasses now, unfortunately. And it kind of sucks because if you get new glasses when you're pregnant, your vision still changes towards the end of your pregnancy and postpartum too. I feel like I'm at the point where these just aren't working very well because things are starting to get kind of blurry. It's not like anything dangerous like floating spots or anything like that would have to do with like blood pressure. My blood pressure is great. It's just getting a lot blurrier when I'm looking at things, so it's bad enough that I probably shouldn't drive at nighttime now. I mean, I end up falling asleep when I'm driving anyway, so I shouldn't really drive long distances at all, but definitely at nighttime because everything gets really blurry, like especially at nighttime. So I've been avoiding driving to like the store or anything at nighttime now. I have also started to have swelling. I didn't get swollen until this point, and I've noticed it. My hands, they are so chunky now. I started my pregnancy with like a size 6 ring, and I feel like I could probably fit into like an 8 now. Like, my hands are so chunky and they change throughout the day. My fingers will start skinny in the morning and then I end up with like sausage hands like this by the end of the day. Also, my ankles have started to swell a lot more. I didn't have a good pair of sandals until I got a new pair on Mother's Day. So my feet were swelling a lot around like my sock line, where like my shoes were, and it was starting to get really uncomfortable. Like, I felt like there was like a pressure inside of my feet, and I had to just take off my socks like multiple times a day. I don't like walking around barefoot. It just feels gross. I don't know, especially with my kids, like stuff gets thrown around on the floor all the time and I can't walk barefoot. So I use like slippers in the morning and then I would put on tennis shoes during the daytime, but I couldn't do that anymore. So I'm glad that I got these sandals, and especially I did show them in, I think it was a vlog, my last vlog, but they have an adjustable strap around the ankles, so that's going to help a lot with the swelling. I have been trying to drink more water. It's been getting hotter during the day here. It's like 90 degrees, which isn't like super terrible, but we don't have central AC. So I'm normally like in the kitchen or the dining area like cleaning and stuff, and there's no AC whatsoever that reaches that point in the house. So it's just incredibly hot when I'm doing stuff like that, and I like feel like I'm like breaking out in a sweat. So I've been trying to drink more water, and hopefully they won't get too terrible, but I'm expecting my feet to start swelling even more because I feel like it's just the start of it right now. Now, the next symptom that I have is bleeding. Now, this is something really recent that happened in the last like 2 days, and we originally thought that my hematoma was gone, so I either have a new hematoma or the hematoma that they thought was gone previously was just covered by the baby and they weren't able to see it because the baby's a lot bigger now. And they also said that it kind of looked like I had what's called like a venous lake on the placenta. So they're kind of estimating that maybe that's where the hematoma had come from. I don't know too much about venous lakes or anything like that, so I can't really say for sure. But that was just kind of like my understanding of things. But I had a lot of bright red bleeding and some contractions that they were kind of pairing to just being dehydrated, that I ended up having to go to the emergency room for, and I was in labor and delivery for that for several hours. Luckily the baby's okay, everything's okay, but I'll probably be expecting to see some more bleeding still, especially because it was so bright, for probably the next few weeks. Normally after you have bright red blood like that, it'll either continue being bright or it'll start to get darker and darker for old blood. So I'm just going to be expecting to be bleeding a little bit more this pregnancy. I haven't bled in, let's see, maybe like 6 weeks, I think. And so I'm starting to bleed again. So that is a new symptom for like my 3rd trimester, but it was typical almost my whole pregnancy. But it was newly discovered, I guess, when I started bleeding again. And that brings me to my ultrasound that I got done. And I'm still pretty early in my pregnancy to even have to think about stuff like this, but I just thought I would mention it, that my baby is not head down. My babies are like never head down until I'm like in labor, basically. My baby is in between breech and transverse, which is really typical for them, and I'm not worried about it at all. I feel like doctors will always kind of throw things at you like about C-sections or stuff like that, but it doesn't worry me at all because I did just get a birthing ball that I've been using, and the baby always ends up head down, and if not, then I have no problem like transferring care to find someone that will deliver a breech baby. Like, I'm not worried about having a C-section or anything like that unless something serious were to occur, but breech is more like a variation of normal, so it's not something that I'm worried about at this point. But I just thought I would mention it because I think a lot of people start thinking about baby positioning at this point. It's not something that I'm very concerned about though. I'm gonna go ahead and show you my belly really fast because I almost forgot to do that, but I'll go ahead and bring this down. I have a lot of extra skin right here just because I'm not as big as my past pregnancies, but this is what my belly looks like right now. My belly button has been popping out, especially when I sit, and this is what it looks like in the front. This is a scar from when I got my right tube removed during my ectopic. Or this is the belly button piercing scar, and then this is the scar from my ectopic removal. And I have no new stretch marks. These are just all from previous pregnancies. They're kind of white. But thank you guys for watching my video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I'll be trying to post more regular update videos about my pregnancy now that I'm getting closer and closer to my due date, since I'm 7 months now. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you like these type of videos. I also do a lot of vlog videos. Sometimes they're every day. Sometimes I'll throw in another video like this in there, but typically I usually have at least one video up every day. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.